Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Greggy with a kit review. This is an early Christmas present, a very early Christmas present. As you can see, it's the new Border Tiger 1 initial production, Leningrad, region 1942-43 winter, 135 scale, and it's obviously a border kit, and the number for the kit is BT014. Lovely artwork again by Jason. I do like his artwork, I really do. And you get two figures come with the kit, and it says PE parts included, metal gun barrel included, includes two PE parts and existing and extensive markings, includes two special styles of storage boxes, two styles of tracks are included, including mirror tracks, includes a commander figure and a soldier, which I've just said, clear parts included, blah blah blah. So it looks fairly decent amount of stuff in there, and somebody's built it obviously for border, and I've done a little vignette with it. I think if I do it, that's the colour I would probably go for, unless anything else strikes me for being good. On that side, obviously on the other end we've just got the artwork, and on this side we have four variants. We've got Panzerhaus 502 Mishkina, February 43. I'll let you read them. Top one, bottom one, and that bottom one as well. You can read them. Sorry, very close, can't we? There, 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 and there. Right, so we've got that. Let's have a look in the box. I just had a quick glance in the box yesterday, but never really, just a quick glance, everything was there and not broken. It never is from where I get it from. As you can see, the box is very full. So what we'll do, I'll do my unboxing, we'll just work through the box as we go. I don't need a knife because it's resealable bags apart from, oh no, they are, aren't they? They're all resealable bags. So we'll have a look at the tub first. See what kind of detail we've got in the tub. Usually not much because you've got a lot to add to it. So we'll have a gander. I do have their other Tiger, the first one they released, and that looked good. This is Border Models 2021, so I think this is from the other kit as well. Parts for the torsion bars. It's got a texture on there which is quite nice on underneath. Obviously you've got a plate to go on there yet. But yeah, nice weld seams, not bad at all. Do with a bit of texture on the front, but relatively not a bad start for a tub. I say you always find tub a bit boring because all the amount of stuff that you had to always your torsion bars, your wheels, your tracks obviously, and sprockets and whatever. But yeah, so that's a nice start. Interested to see the two styles of tracks. Well, this is a big sprue, and there's two of these. We'll only go for one obviously. Like a bit of detail for the fuel cans and radiator, and wheels and torsion bars and other bits and bobs. Let's have a quick look through. That's alright, it's got plenty of detail from what you're going to see. Got some nice fans on the back there. That's a nice fine grill, presumably there for the radiator, possibly. Wheels look nice. Sprockets look nice. Idler wheel looks good. Lots of tiny parts on here, so I have to be careful when we're taking these out or off. Got the shackles. I'm going to say there's no flash, anything like that on here. Can't see any ugly injection marks where there shouldn't be, apart from underneath where you're never going to see them. I think this is a part of the barrel, or it's part of a snorkel. I don't know if you have a snorkel on this one, I'm not too sure. I'm not a tiger. Well, I like tigers, but I wouldn't know. I don't really know a lot about them, apart from the usual sort of stuff. But you can see the detail is nice. Turn these over, look better that way, wouldn't it? You've got radiator and fuel. Lots of small bits and bobs. A nice fan at the end there, a nice grill, which is quite nicely done as well. And say we've got the wheels, torsion bars. Again, all nicely done. And I say there's no ugly instead of sprockets, and the idler, and nicely done as well. I'll fault that. There's probably something wrong with it somewhere along the line. I bet you somebody finds something wrong with it, but if it looks like a tiger, it's good enough for me. Good enough for me. And on this one we have a set of Lincoln length tracks here and another sprocket. And there's two of these as well, which we'll give both out because they're coming set. So we have another sprocket. We have a turret bin, and we have some tracks which I have to say are nicely done. We've got slide moulding on there for the tow hooks, so for the tow cables. Nice fine parts there, nice tool detail, nice clasps. No injection marks on the long run at all, which is brilliant, and none on the individual tracks as well. I can't say that's really nice. So I'll show you the first lot of tracks and that. I'll show you the back in a second, and they've got all the individual ones there as well. And there's two of these sprues, and we've got another sprocket. There's my daft cat wanting to play. Listen to it, it's crackers. So nice, and I'll show you the back of the tracks as well. And they've got clear guide horns as well through there. I've got the holes in, if you can see them. Yeah, you can see them. And I say there's no injection marks at all in those long lengths of track, which is always good to see. So I say there's two of those sprues, so nice. And then we have a small sprue of the figures. I may as well get them out because they're in a resealable bag. Let's see what they're like. A quick glance at them. From what I've seen through the plastic, they look very good. It's plastic anyhow. Got a commander figure and a soldier. Oh, it's broken, but that's no problem. That's just his headphones, that's not a problem. This must be the commander figure. Yeah, there's his heart. He's got nice feet, nice details on them. His face has got nice detail. Legs. There's the broken bit. He's just on his earphones. That's no problem. Nice detail on the torso and on the legs as well. That's nice. This is the soldier, which again I have to say looks nice. A little bit of seam lines on them, but nothing more than any other figure, plastic figure. But again, looks nice. There's his face. His face is separate on this one. You can always swap and change your faces if you don't like them, can't you? Again, nicely done. Nice little bonus for the to be used up, which I'm sure I will. I do have a tiger coming up shortly, but it's not an initial. That's all I'm going to say. It's just a picture I've seen. A few people know about it, which is going to be my next build. So Paul's going to concentrate on his his Nelson, and I'll do a bit of my work on the tiger thing that I want to do, and then we'll go back to our buddy builds again. Right, is this a resealable bag? If it is, I can't say it is. Can't see for looking. Then we have the turret roof. Looks like the turret roof's got a nice, it's nice. I like that. Nice weld seams. Commander's cupola, breech. I'm sure that must be the snorkel. It doesn't look like the barrel to me. I'm sure it's a snorkel. That part might be the barrel. Got slide moulded muzzle. Fine details on here. Commander's chair, loader's chair. Other bits and bobs. Smoke grenade launchers. Other little bits and pieces. All nicely done. Again, no injection marks where you're going to see them. apart from on the hatches, but they're risen, so they'll come out quite easily on that large hatch there. There isn't one on that one, one on that one, but they'll easily come out because they're risen. I think most kits are like that anyhow, but you can see it's got nice detail. Again, nice slope on the front. Then we have a muzzle. It's just slide more in part of the barrel. I presume that's part of the mandrel where the gun slides in. Nicely done. And then we have a bit of breech detail, and I'm sure 100% that is the snorkel. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be a snorkel. And then we have another large sprue which contains the part of a drivetrain, the exhaust shrouds. I don't think they're on them I don't think they're actually used. I don't think they had any exhaust shrouds on them, if I'm not mistaken. That's nice tow rope, that, nicely shaped, nice detail on it. We've got the transmission, part of a casting on the back of the I can wait. For the engine deck, we've got the loader's hatch, sorry not loader's hatch, we've got the driver's hatch and the radio stroke bow machine gunner hatch. A few bits and pieces of Pioneer tools. Again, all nicely done. Parts for the 5-full system as well. Again, all nicely done, and then we've got the grids for the engine deck as well. And these are the parts of the where the fans sit in on this side, isn't it? Yeah, so where the fan sits in there. One of the sprue again, nicely detailed. What for the 5-full system, and there'll be exhaust. Got plenty spare exhaust. I never use plastic ones in the house, make my own. I don't think they're on this one. Well, they're quite thin actually. Again, a lot of this will probably be from the other kit as well. Having a few changes. But again, we've got the hatches there, drivers and loaders. Sorry, machine gunners hatches there. Part of a drivetrain. Then we've got the again, there we have transmission as well. Again, nicely detailed, and the torque cables are nicely detailed. We can go in there a little bit more. See that? Well, that's a nice detail on that. I'm liking that. A lot of companies just sort of overlook the detail on that, but that's really nice. You're going to build it out of the box, which you don't need to add anything on it, maybe at all, really. Nice fire extinguisher. I'll wear my fingers up. Let me see. There we are. Nice fire extinguisher on there as well. Nice clasp detail. No need for anything else on that. We've got the jack there. Again, nice. All nicely done. And then we have another lot of tracks as well, but I say without looking at them closely I can't tell the difference. But we have another set of tracks here as well, and hopefully these will be the same as got a breakage one there. That's not a problem. It's back together, that one. A couple of little breakages, but sometimes they're okay to use. It's fine. It's just come off very slightly. Now these ones have got pinholes in them where the injection comes out, so I'm going to have to look at into these tracks and see what's best that I want to use and what am I going to put it on if I need to do make it workable, because you've got the torsion bar, so you might try and make them workable. But the tracks on the and on the other side, there's none on the individual tracks. Had the guide on separately. Again, nothing wrong with those. So once I get into the instructions we can see. Well, the Tiger aficionados will know straight away which is which. So we'll see. Right, so that's a nice news. I think that's from the other sprue. I think if I remember rightly that's a sprue from their first Tiger. And then we have a one massive sprue here which contains the engine deck, the turret, another roof, another storage bin. That's a big sprue, this one. And we got the turret again, which needs a bit more texture on there, but 2-piece, but that's not too bad. Nice on the, just a second, I'll pause that, just a second. Right, back, always the same, isn't it? Always the same. So a turret in 2 parts, needs a bit of texture added to it, but that's there again, that's not a problem. Not a problem. Got slide mouldy there as well, got the barrel, plastic barrel if you want to use it. I don't know what these are. I'm not sure what they are. They're nice looking things. We've got another roof again. We have part of the glacis plate, guards part of it above there. We have the rear again, a bit of texture to that. And the engine deck again, you've got this part on it, but there's also a spare one as well to see what difference there is. Again, it's nicely done. There's a little bit of warpage, but that's not going to be a problem. You see a little bit of warpage there, but nothing that's going to cause any problems. So we've got nice weld seams along them as well. Really are nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. There we say we have the barrel, we have more transmission cover things, the mantlet, more Pioneer tools. So it's got to be a few spares in the kit. There's the mantlet. But isn't there all in any kit you buy? Right, so that's all the plastic, I think. Yep. And a little bit bag of goodies, but this isn't resealable, so I won't take them out. So we've got PE, clear parts, tow cable, and the PE set. We've got two PE frets. I think there's 2 in there. Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. We'll be daring. We'll have a look. I can always put it back in a resealable bag, can't I? Must really change the blade on that knife as well. Looks of it. Let's have a look. Okay, it's a nice barrel. So that could have been a barrel actually, that other one. We're looking at this. Nicely done. It's nice. It's always a nice bonus to have an aluminium barrel, which has been nicely done. Nice little bit of detail on the thing there as well. So I'll pop that just on there for now. And then we have a bit of cable, which is springy, hopefully it'll be malleable. Looks like it's going to be. So we've got that as well. Some clear parts. We have a cupola and driver's hatch cover. Glass. And again, some other periscopes and other little bits and bobs there again. Right, I don't want to get those scratched. We have. Was there 2? I thought there was 2. No, there's only 1. My apologies. Got the usual grills, and for the muck guards on the front, and all the little bits and pieces there. Again, that's nice and thin. Nice and thin. And the decals, which are numbers basically, and a couple of crosses. They do look nice. You've got a unit marking. They look nice and flat, and there's not much. In fact, I can't see any film around them, but obviously inside there's going to be. If anybody wants to cut them out individually, there's nothing stopping you. So you can't really see white on white. You can see the 33. Again, they look nice. It doesn't say they're printed by, one presumes to be printed by Border themselves. There's nothing written on there. So we'll pop all that back in the bag like that. And this. And a bit of glass. Well, plastic I should say. And the barrel. I think I'll just put that into a resealable bag when I've done this. Yeah, I'm going to put it in a resealable bag, I think. I'll leave it over there for now. Right, and then we have the instructions, which is always nice. Again, nice colour brochure. Same artwork on the front, which is nice. I do like his artwork. And on the back we have a nice picture of it. Looks nice, doesn't it? The initial. Well, it looks better without the side skirts, I think. But right, and then we have first map. Obviously, we have the sprue map, which is always good to see on the front page. Never mind on the back, where you're having to ratch around, go to the back, or whatever for it. It's there in front of you. Again, it's fairly straightforward build. You know, you've got your bits and bobs in your lower hull, and you're adding your torsion bars. You have to drill obviously some part out the back. Again, with the parts for the transmission to go on as well, that adds to the front, which is here. I'm going to the front there, and then we're starting to build the wheels, and we have question mark, which is question mark. Let's have a look where that is then. It says, put anything in there, saying question marks. Can't see any icons. Must be somewhere. We'll have to look into that. It tells you here. If E2 parts outermost rubber are not installed, this part can be used instead of E18. I see. Yeah, it's just the hub. It's going to go into if you lose taking a wheel off. Yep. It's unusual to have no legends, as I say. Obviously we're not going to attach the wheels at this point, and we're coming to the tracks now. It just says make 20, but we're looking at that, looks like the first sprue. What we get, that must be the mirror tracks on the initial. They must be mirror. If I don't do it on a flat surface, I'll use something else, but if I do, I'll use those. Hey, and just give you the options you've got to do. You can either make that one or do that one. I'll have to read into it and find out. But I think if they're the mirror, which is the original ones, I think I'll probably use those. Doesn't give you much information about that actually. I'll be a bit disappointing with that, but I'm sure I'll find some information, or somebody shall tell me the difference between the two tracks without looking at them again myself. And then we on the upper deck. Got to drill a few holes. Make sure you're looking again, making them drill. Question mark again. There must be alternatives, and you can put. Yeah. Fairly straightforward. Just a matter of drilling the holes to add these pieces. And again at the back with the engine covers, the grates and things like that. Again, the PE goes underneath, is it? This one's PA on the legend. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's to block a 2, isn't it? That's why. Yeah. Alright, do that. And then we've got that underneath. Right, I see. Obviously, make sure you read your instructions thoroughly before you start to build, so you can sort of memorise bits or whatever. We've got some nice work on the lights there with the cable coming off them as well. Twin lights on the front, above the glacis plate on the actually upper hull. Yeah, nicely done. And then we're going to put the PE parts on top of those. It's like bending them as well. And then we've got the mud guards, the side plate going on, and then we've got the glass and everything else for the glacis plate and for the machine gun. And the PE again. Yeah, it's telling you to bend, PE 10 bend. And bend, obviously that's the little bars there, have to be very fiddly with those, I suppose. And drill. I'm just by with the marking, telling you what it is, but obviously sometimes you look at it and tells you what alternatives you can do, I suppose. But it would be nice just a bit of information on there. So you got so we've got number 100, number 3, number 223, and if we do under 100, which is the first one, we'll do that section there. On the one, number 3, and then number 123. See, I see now. Okay. no problem. And making the jack up, again very straightforward. On to the next part, and again we're still on the upper deck. Number 100, do not install this part. Right, okay. Blah blah blah. The aerial goes on there, some more bits and pieces, a few more pioneer tools, a jack, tow cables. Yeah, there's no shrouds on this, I didn't think there was. And we've got the castings for the exhaust going on the back there as well. Got a little bit of a few things to add to it. We've got a hammer, fire extinguisher, and putting the rope. This is the wire rope, so it's giving you the option, one wire rope I suppose. We'll have a look again on that. Yeah, we have a snorkel, which we do have a snorkel in there, which you can put on. You can just take a cap off or put it on, whichever you want to do. Got a case on the back. A bit of PE work on the cases in the back. Cases, and there's two actually on there. We've got another jack block series on the back of there, isn't it? As well. And then we've got the parts for PE to slide bend again for the mud guards on the front. And then we put in bottom part of the glacis plate in there. And I think that's a hole. Sorry, that's the hole should be nearly enough done then, I would have thought. Oh no, we've got a bit more yet. And finishing off, we've got the part from the machine going, and then we've got some other little bits of visors for the drivers. Vision, add a bit of spare track. Again, block on the front by the driver's vision port. Again, and then we're starting on the turret. We've got a little bit of turret detail, got the commander's seat and probably the loader's seat. Metal gun barrel tells you to use, and then we got a bit of breech detail. Yep, the breech detail, and you're building that up there. Manslet, blah blah blah. Hatches, and then you got the muzzle brake, which is slide motor, which is nice, so I can go on the end. A few hatches to go on the commander's hatch and whatever. Sorry, the loader's hatch and the commander's hatch won't be going on there yet. Cupola there on it one. Sorry, the cupola will go on to that one. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward, that bit. Smoke launchers. Put a bit of wiring off there again if you want, using a bit of lead wire. And then we've got the storage bins. Number 100 has these kind of storage bins which are on the sides, if I'm not mistaken. We've got two of those to make, I think, isn't there? Yeah, left and right, is it? We'll make two anyhow. Right, and it gives you the options then of which one you're going to do. So making 100, you have that one on there. Making 100, so you've got one on each side. And for 1, 2, 3 and number 3, they have the storage bin at the rear. Now, I'm going to do it this way. It's a bit different, isn't it, from the normal Tiger. Just make it slightly different, I think. And then we have a colour callouts, which is all ammo, which we can always change to the colours preferable. But, obviously got German grey, and then we've got light grey and dark grey, Dunkelgrau, and what's the other? What's the light colour on there? Let's see. There we are. Well, it gives you steps on the bottom if you want to follow those steps on how to weather and in what order and things like that. So I shall be doing number 100, I think, when you get to it. There's two 100s. Well, I think if I do it, I shall be doing this one. I reckon. Definitely. There was no overhead view, but you can't have everything. Dunkelgrau, dark track, crystal black, blue, washable white camo, gold, medium rust, silver, rubber tyres, gunmetal, rust tracks again, and crystal glass for the vision ports. Again, I think I probably would go for this one. and then we have the 100 again, pre-camouflage. Again we still have the markings on there. We've got the unit markings on the rear this time on the on the back on the rear on the other one as well. Yes it is, yeah, it's unit marking. Don't ask me what unit mark, I never remember them all. And I think that's it really. That's the look into the box. Overall, very happy with it. Just a little bit disappointed with the legends not there, but it does, if you read it, it does fall into place if you read it properly, and you can see what they're actually meaning. But again, it looks a decent kit. I know there's plenty of tigers on the kit on the market. I must admit I'm not a tiger nut, but I seem to have a lot of tigers. But as you all know, my favourite is the T3485, which I'm hoping to get another one for Christmas, and I'll let you know which one it is when it gets here. So just excuse me 2 seconds. Sorry about that, it was just the postman. I thought it might be some goodies for me, but nothing for me today. So my son's here for Christmas with his fiancée, and it's some for him apparently. Right, so yeah, happy with the kit. I say it's another one to add to the collection. I do fancy building this one quite soon actually. Not too soon, obviously I've got a tiger coming up after I've finished the GSU122S, but it is an initial, so it's going to be a tiger obviously. Right, so thank you once again for popping in and viewing the new unboxing of the new Border Tiger 1 initial Leningrad. So it looks a nice kit. A few bits and bobs in there, obviously seeing with the metal barrel and this, that and the other. 2 figures, so obviously I look forward to building it. And again, I always try to wish you all a happy and merry Christmas and a happy New Year, just in case I don't have an update before Christmas. If I do, I'll say it again, but if I don't, at least I've said it. And I say thank you to all my subscribers for sticking with me throughout these years. I know you know I don't build fast. I think I've only built 4 kits, maybe 5 at the stretch this year. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it isn't many. But yeah, I enjoy what I do, and the main thing is for me is the enjoyment and the fun. So once again, have a happy Christmas and a great New Year, and we'll see you very soon with an update hopefully of the GSU.